Welcome to Monterey's Cooking. I'm John Pisto. Vince DiDomenico. Vince,
great to see you.
How are you?
Great to see you.
Folks, we're up at Napa. We're going to be on the Napa Valley Wine Train. Vince is the CEO, head conductor, the man in charge. He's going to take us through this. Folks, you're going to be in for such a treat. This was your brainchild, what, about 10 years ago?
10 years now.
And tell us a little bit about it. This has been your thing. Folks, a real treat, believe me. Tell us just a little bit about it.
Well, Southern Pacific wanted to abandon the railroad right-of-way, and we learned about it and bought the right-of-way from Southern Pacific, and then started to assemble enough cars for 2 trains to run up and down the valley. And right now we have 1 train operating with 2 locomotives and 9 cars. And we can carry 350 people up and down the valley for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Wow. And
we run 7 days a week, at least 2 trains a day, and people ride the train and enjoy it.
Okay. Vince, maybe you could explain to us, it's because it's just, you don't buy a ticket and get on the train. You buy a ticket and then you sit down and you have the seminar and you have people. Maybe explain that to the folks a little bit.
Well, first you have to have a reservation.
A reservation?
You have to call in and get a reservation, because if you come here without a reservation,
very busy,
you maybe cannot get on.
Yeah.
So first make a reservation, and when you arrive, you go right inside to the station, pick up your tickets, and we usually have, just before train time, we have a seminar where we tell you a little bit about wine, let you taste at least 2 wines, tell you why they're different, why they're good, why they're not good, and then it'll be time to climb on the train, and you'll sit down on the train, and we have 3 different services. We have a dome car, which is our highest price service and our finest meal. And we have our gourmet service, which is a 2-seating arrangement. In other words, you can either eat on the first seating going up valley, or on the second seating coming back. So it's a
very good. That's
so
terrific.
It's a
good. Mm-hmm.
And when you're not in the dining car, you're in a lounge car, either being served the hors d'oeuvres, or if it's after your meal, you're being served dessert and coffee.
Wait till you see these cars. You're not going to believe them. This isn't like the trains you see, in the movie. This is beyond anything I've ever seen before in my life. Probably the finest in the world. Really.
I think it is. My wife and I, before we started to work on this, we took a trip to Europe and rode the Orient Express that goes from London to Venice, and saw what those cars look like. And I think ours are prettier. And definitely the food is much better.
That's fantastic. Well, folks, we're really in for a treat today. I'm looking forward to it. My wife's looking forward to it. We all are. And I hope you will be looking forward to it.
John, great to see you. Come on aboard the Napa Valley Wine Train.
Okay, folks, this has been a dream. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Let's go.
John, I want you to meet my son, Vincent.
Hello,
John. Welcome aboard.
Real pleasure. Your father talks very highly of you, and you're doing a beautiful job running this train. And exactly how many cars are you running today?
We have generally run a 9-car, what you call a consist. These cars date from 1915, such as this club car. We're on the observation deck of a club car on the south end of the train. We have 4 of these cars. We also run 2 dining cars, and we've just added a dome car. designed in 1947, and after a year's worth of restoration, we've added that last July.
And how many locomotives we got?
We run 2 locomotives, Alcoa E1s for any train buffs in the crowd.
These are diesels, of course?
Diesel electrics, built around 1945.
All right, very good.
All aboard!
Before we get underway, folks, I want to introduce you to the real boss here. This is Mrs. D. Domenico. Millie.
Hi, John.
Hi. Thank you for having us. Folks, she was very instrumental in the restoration and selection of the colors, and I know you did a lot of research on this before you really put the train together, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
And you traveled, I understand, and maybe you can elaborate a little bit on it?
Yes, we went to Paris and took the Orient Express to Venice, and we come home and started our own train.
Wow. It must have been a lot of fun doing all the research on it.
Yes, it was. It was very interesting.
Well, you've done an absolute, folks, it's like being in the museum here. It really is. It's beautifully done. The colors are gorgeous. I mean, it's just a real eye-opener here. I'm very, very impressed with it.
Well, we wanted to make it look like the old 1915
It is.
era travel.
Well, okay. We're going to be moving down the train. Millie, thank you very, very much. Okay, let me introduce you to Chef Patrick. Patrick, you do amazing work. Look at these conditions.
I'll tell you what, I'm not alone. Turn around. Easy. Ezekiel and Ezekiel. I'm blessed with very good health.
Man, and the food you put out of here is amazing. Look at this, real compact. I mean, this is fantastic.
Today we're doing a vintner luncheon with Behringer Vineyards.
Okay. Oh, one of my favorites.
And the first course we did a trio of wild mushroom on an herb bruschetta with a ragu, a nice veal demi ragu. And now we're going to Cayucas, California, where I brought in fresh farm-raised baby abalone.
Holy smokes.
And we're making a hash with lobster and red peppers and golden peppers and fresh thyme.
Oh, I'm starving.
And then we're going to top it with a nice 2-ounce portion of fresh Cayucas, California abalone.
All right.
Glad to have you on board today.
Thank you, Patrick.
Bon appetit.
All right, we're going to see if we can get some of that later on. See you later.
Bye-bye now. Now we'll add some nice lobster to the hash. Give it a little seasoning, salt and pepper, for a nice pan. Beautiful lobster hash. And the abalone is ready to go.
Well, Vincent, you know, we're going to have a tour of the car, of all the cars, folks, and this is at the end. So, Vincent, maybe you could explain to us what this car is all about.
As I mentioned before, John, what we're riding in right now is a 1915 Pullman Club car. We tried to bring back the cars as originally as possible. The folks that you see around are enjoying some appetizers on the way up and perhaps a glass of wine or champagne. And they will be eating lunch on the way back, or dinner if they were on board the night train.
Okay. You know, we're moving around. I'm not faking it. It's like being on a ship. And Vince, you said something very, very interesting. It's better if I have a glass of wine or two.
Yeah, I would suggest a glass of wine or two. It really helps you get your sea legs, or train legs rather. It is a true fact. Just to help you relax a little bit and stand a little low, and as we walk through the cars, it tends to be a little rough. These tracks were laid in 1864.
Wow.
In fact, this is one of the oldest tourist railroads in the country.
That's tremendous. And you hear the click-clacking? I mean, that's real stuff, folks. All right, let's go on. Okay, Vincent, Now, what car are we in now?
Well, we're walking north on the train here, and we're in our second lounge car. We call it the wine tasting car. As you can see, we represent several vintners in the valley. I'd say about, on the average, 35. I like to think we can taste our way up and down the valley here.
Good.
Probably one of the best wine tasting venues here in Napa Valley. And this is Janet Bazemore.
Hi, Janet.
Hi.
How are you?
You met Brent earlier, at least you saw him on film. He's our wine expert, and also Janet here's our wine expert. His other half, our other expert, who takes care of the rest of our guest aboard. And we're going to do a little sampling right now.
Yep.
To make it easier to walk, of course.
I'd like to try some Sangiovese, please.
How much would you like?
There you go. That's a nice case.
Of course, we're in Napa, folks. We might as well, partake. This is the wine train, of course, you know.
God, this is so good. Have you had this? Have you had this?
Delicious. Very nice.
This is my favorite winemaker.
Really?
Oh, well,
This is a new one.
yes.
Oh, fried down
It's
there.
wonderful.
Excellent.
Really?
He's a wonderful winemaker. He's a wonderful man.
Again, this car was built in 1915. We tried to bring back the cars as originally as possible. The decor, as you might have heard earlier in the show, was done by my mother, but with samples taken from material swaths from Pullman. And all these cars were complete derelicts. What you're looking at is about a 4.5-year restoration for all 9 cars. And we do continuous restorations, about 1 car a year. And as I said, we try and bring them back as originally as possible, although we do have some modern conveniences such as air conditioning compared to a block of ice and a steam fan.
So Vincent, maybe you could explain to us like some of the types of people that come here. I'm sure they're not all wine buffs and they're not all train buffs, but I think you get a real cross section.
No, we see people from all over the country and all over the world. Wine buffs, train buffs, or people who just want to see the valley. I like to think of us as a centerpiece of the valley.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Kind of, we can give you an idea where to go in the valley, and just a little different experience. I like to think that we bring something back that we've forgotten how to do.
You know, being a wine buff myself, it's like being in a cathedral. You're going through this valley, and on both sides of us we have these world-famous vineyards, and they're, not only are they beautiful, but I mean they're really producing a beautiful product also. It's quite thrilling. It's a real package.
Yeah, you come at a lovely time of year. It's crushed now, and as you might see, the leaves are starting to change. And
Just
this is already fall.
Unbelievable outside. I hope you get some shots of the outside. Okay, let's go on to the next car.
Hot air balloons rise high in the sky as the wine train slowly passes by. Down in the valley, wines abound that makes the wine that's world renowned. Come to the valley and bring your friends. Napa's grand beauty will never end. Her scenery will take your breath away. Then you'll understand why we say. I've searched the whole world over, land and by sea, but Napa, California is the best place to be.
We're in the deli car now, and by the looks of it, looks like this is a very old one. And how old exactly is this car?
This is one of our older cars. This is your typical 1913 Pullman coach car, compared to the club cars that we were just viewing. In here we serve lighter fares like sandwiches, salads, soups, fruit plates.
How about wine?
We have nothing but wine to drink aboard. And as we go farther up the train, you'll have to do a little sampling to keep walking.
Okay, I won't say no to that. Okay, so if you just want to come for a ride, you can sit in here and have a little sandwich, a little glass of wine. Fantastic.
Yes,
okay.
it's a little more casual, and now we're going to be going into one of our dining cars.
Let's go check it out.
And then on into the galley.
Good. Okay, Vincent, I know you folks are really proud of this car. Maybe you can explain this is a dome car. This is where you can serve all the very special meals. How long has this been in operation now?
Well, we call this the Vista Dome car. We brought her into line about a year ago last August. She was designed in 1947, and there are about 5 of these dome cars in existence with a full dome. And what you see up here today is a vintner's luncheon. We do this every Friday. Today it happens to be Behringer, and our chef prepares a menu particularly paired with the wines that we're drinking today.
When we're in operation, this particular kitchen car will service 2 dining rooms. We have the capability of serving about 130 meals in about 35 minutes. Everyone has their choice of entree. They will have a soup or a salad and their choice of dessert. Staff, kitchen has anywhere from 6 to 8 staff at all times. My sous chef, Felipe Lezama, is just behind the line here. He ensures meats are cooked properly, fish is cooked properly. Plates come to the staging area where they are set with vegetable and sauces. Then they come to the forward section where I expedite and I make sure every plate looks as the way it should from beginning to end. We have the capability of serving about 130 meals in about 30 minutes. This is just one dining venue of the train. We also have a deli car where we serve lower end items such as sandwiches, cheese and fruit for 2. In our dome car, we do more of an upscale menu where we use French basics, a little bit of California market style cuisine, a little bit of influence of the Southwest. Pleasure to have you on board today. Thank you.
Half of the fun of being on this train, folks, is the food. Just take a look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Today I'm having sturgeon, fresh vegetables, and of course wine. Doesn't get any better than this. Hi folks, so we came out to get a little air and to get some nice shots. I ran into a wine buff and a train buff. His name is Stuart. He's from Westchester County, New York. Here we are. Stuart, boy, isn't this something?
Absolutely fantastic.
I mean, look at this. I mean, this is heaven. It really is heaven.
Got it on both ends.
I mean, we got it, boy. It's really something. What's your favorite wine?
I like the Reds.
You like the Reds?
I like the Reds.
Me too. That's what I'm drinking. But I tell you, this can't get any better than this. This is beautiful.
Absolutely.
Is your wife out here? You here for vacation?
Well, out here on a dental convention, actually.
Oh, yeah? Where in San Francisco?
Just finished in San Francisco. The American Dental Association had their annual meeting, and we thought we'd take a few more days and travel up here, up to Sacramento.
Yeah, you hit it right. Look at the
Perfect.
weather.
Well, we brought the weather with us.
Incredible.
We bring it right
I tell
with us.
you New Yorkers are all right.
Well, we try to do it right. Ran into some poor people from San Diego the other night, and they were still crying about the Yankees. Yeah, it was something awful.
I'm a
but,
Yankee fan myself.
That's it.
They're the best.
Yeah, my wife's inside, and she's enjoying the view.
Okay, Stuart, thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.
All right.
Nice meeting you. Thanks for the offer.
Standing.
Okay.
Okay, folks, now behind me you see the trains pulling in. This is one of the main features of the Napa wine train, is that you can get off and visit the winery here. This is Mike Gergich's vineyards and wine cellar, and you can get off, taste some wines, buy some wines, and get back on again. Look at this. This is fantastic. Look at this. Whoa! Wow! here we are. We just finished the trip. Boy, what can I tell you? It was absolutely fantastic. Vince, thank you so much.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Folks, I tell you, this is really, everyone should do this. This is an absolute treat. It really is. Food was fantastic.
And thank Lou for keeping the train on the track.
I was going to get around to Lou. Thanks for keeping the train on the track.
I didn't have no steering wheel.
Yeah, he did a great job. Drives real slow. I mean, it was very, very, very enjoyable. I can't remember when I had more fun, honestly. Thank you. Thank you so much. Folks, try it. You won't be disappointed. Thank you. See you next time.
Now we're a southbound train. When we stall on the hill, no shirt, everybody out push. Okay.